Hello everyone. So today we will learn how to solve or compute the centroid of shapes or centroid of different shapes. So we will introduce the formulas of the centroid from the different shapes. So why do we need to compute the centroid, by the way? We need to compute the centroid because when we, especially in engineering mechanics, there are sections in engineering mechanics where you have to solve for the centroids. And the centroids, usually you would encounter different shapes, and you need to memorize the centroid of these different shapes. So it would be easy for you to actually compute them. Or if you don't memorize it, if you're allowed to bring with you a list of formulas, so you can bring something like this, a list of formulas for the different shapes, where you have the area of the different shapes as well as the location of the centroid of these shapes. For example, if you have a rectangular area like this one, that's the rectangular area. It's easier to actually compute for the rectangular area because that's simply a times b. So whatever is the values on the sides, you multiply it. A times b, that's the area of the rectangle. And the location is usually half of the side of the rectangle. So it is half on the side, so it is located b over 2 or a over 2. So that is where the location of the centroid of a rectangular shape. That's easy. What about if it is a triangular area? The triangular area, the area of a triangle is 1/2 a plus b times h. So you simply have to add a plus b, or simply the base, times the height. The height is given, so you divide it by 2. That's the area of the triangle. So where is the centroid located? The centroid is located, so if that is the centroid, so that distance is located, this one. So it's b plus 2a over 3, right? So we have 2 times the a divided by 3. So that is, or simply h over 3. Height divided by 3 would be the location of the centroid of a triangular shape. What about if the shape is a trapezoidal in form? So remember the area of a trapezoid. This is the area of a trapezoid. A plus b times L over 2. So you have A on one side, B on the other side, L is its length, and then divided by 2. What about the centroid of a trapezoid? The centroid of the trapezoid is located there, and it is actually 1/3 of this formula. So you need to memorize that formula for you to locate the centroid of a trapezoid. So it is 1/3. Then it has this very long formula. If you want to base it from this side, so if you want to compute this distance, this is the formula. And you need to memorize that formula as well to locate the centroid of the trapezoid. All right. What about if what is given is a circular area? So here's a circular area, and the area of a circle is this, pi r squared. That's the area of the circular region. So area of the circle is pi r squared. And where is the center? That's so easy. The center of, or the centroid of that circle is actually right at the center, right? So that's quite easy. Or half of the diameter, or simply equal to the radius. That's the center. What about if what is given is a semicircular area, like this one, semicircle? The area of the semicircle is the area of the circle divided by 2. So pi r squared divided by 2, the area of the semicircle. And where is the centroid of the semicircle located? If that is the centroid there, this is the formula you need to remember, 4r over 3 pi. And remember how the circle is actually oriented, because you might be confused of 4r over 3 phi. Just remember that the semicircle is drawn like this. No? So if it's drawn like this, then this is 4r over 3 pi. Because if it is drawn like that, then 4r over 3 pi will rotate as well. Right? So 4r over 3 pi would be this distance here, 4r over 3 pi. So just remember how it is oriented, okay? What about if what is given is a quarter circular area? The area there would be divided by 4. Area of the circle divided by 4 because it's a quarter circle. So that would be the quarter circular area. And the location of the centroid of a quarter circular area, so it could be 4r over 3 pi on that side. It's also 4r over 3 pi on that side. Always remember how it is oriented, right? Because usually during exams, these forms of shapes are rotated. If it is rotated during your exams, then you need to remember how this was rated, how these formulas were actually derived or written, and how it would look if you will apply it to your problem. For a circular sector, this is the area of a circular sector, theta r squared. So what if an angle is given, then times r squared. That would be the area of a circular sector. And of course, the location of the centroid of a circular sector is given with this formula of 2r sine theta divided by 3 theta. And remember again, this distance is the one that is referred to by that formula. That formula refers to this distance, 2r sine theta over 3 theta. Always remember again how it is oriented, all right? So you'll never be confused when you'll have the exam. So we also have an elliptical area. No? An elliptical area has this area. The centroids are given with that. Semi-elliptical area. So if it's something like this, so remember that formula is if a quarter elliptical area, that's the area, the location of the centroids are there. And if you are given with a general spandrel, so you have the area of a general spandrel, and the location of the centroid of that spandrel is given with the equations over here. So just remember how it looks like, all right? So if you can bring this kind of formulas with you during exams, that would be best. If not, then you need to memorize the formulas and just remember how those areas are oriented and where those values of the centroids are actually coming from. All right, so I'll be discussing more of this in the next videos. Please give me a follow. Thank you so much.